Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having an awesome day. Adam, Eric, Jared, hanging with you. We're talking about the Bible for a couple weeks together, answering 3 really important questions about the Bible. Today, we're gonna answer the question, why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
It's a big question.
Huge question. And if you're around here ever, what you're gonna notice is when we teach on the screen or when we're in our groups with our coaches, we're always like, what's the Bible say? Look up this Bible verse. Hey, on your spare time, why don't you read the Bible?
Read the Bible.
We kind of make a big deal out of the Bible, and we believe it's for good reason because we actually believe it matters, because it can actually change your life and the lives of those around you as well. And let me kick it off though today. Why does the Bible matter? Because simply put, the Bible is a roadmap for you to a life that doesn't suck. None of us want a life, you know what I mean?
That's pretty
Who wants
clear.
their life to suck?
No one, I think. And if you want to live a life that's kind of it's a little better, it's more like the way that it was intended to be, the place that you look matters. The information that you take in, wherever you're looking for that, it's gonna matter a whole lot. And for me, when you talk about the creator of the universe giving you words to live by, it's an incredible thing. And by a roadmap, here's what I mean. Let me tell you a story. About a year ago, actually, Eric and I were on a missions trip down in Mexico.
Mexico.
Yes. Neither of us speak Spanish. Neither of us are super comfortable, navigating the roads down there. We don't know where we are, but at our campsite, we saw somebody who had this ridiculously epic shrimp quesadilla. Everybody say yum. What else?
Yes.
It smelled so good.
Dude. So we saw this. We were like, dude, where did you find that? And he was like, well, let me tell you where I found it. You just go down the road, take a right, go to the ocean, don't drive into it, stop there, you'll get a shrimp quesadilla. We were like, okay, let's try finding it. So Eric takes the wheel of our huge 49 passenger van. Is that how big it was?
I think 49, 50 if you stuff one under the seat.
Yeah, we did that too. No, I think it was a 15 passenger van. We're cruising down the roads of Mexico. They're a little bit more narrow than they are here.
A lot of bit more narrow.
And then there's also all these motorcycles around because it happens to be Harley week down in Mexico. So we're white knuckling, which means you're gripping the steering wheel so hard your knuckles turn white. It's so congested on these little roads, we cannot possibly make a mistake. We find ourselves totally lost trying to find this dude's directions to the shrimp quesadilla. We can't find our way. Meanwhile, we're starting to get a little intimidated because it's kind of late at night and the scene is changing from oh, this is fine to, oh, this is not so good.
We're gonna die.
We better get out of here. So we turn around, we head back, we get gas station tacos on our way back. Bottom line, our life was not as good as it could have been because we didn't have directions. We didn't have the kind of directions that were actually gonna lead us to a place we wanted to be. I'm telling you this from my own personal experience. This book is a roadmap to a place you want to be. And if you will give yourself to it, if you'll begin to let it impact you, get into your heart, into your life, and live it out, it's a roadmap to a life that you want. Listen, it doesn't mean your life's gonna be perfect, but what it absolutely does mean is that you're gonna avoid so many things along the way that you don't have to endure. Whether that's heartbreak because of bad relationships, whether it's decisions that God could have steered you clear of in your dating life or in the things that you watch, all these things, this book will guide you through and your life will look better for it. But it doesn't just stop with that. It's not just a roadmap and that's why it matters. It goes so much further. Jared.
Yes. The next thing I'd say about it, the Bible matters because of who it's inspired by. The Bible's inspired by God. And that word inspired, I know maybe you've heard it before, sounds weird. It sounds like, God whispered into existence the Bible. No, it's not so weird like that. It just means that God led real human beings and influenced their life in such a way that they were able to write down the story. There's 40 authors of this book, and these authors were on different parts of the world over hundreds of years. And later on, we put the whole story together and it's oh my gosh, this completely makes sense. The only way that could have happened, you guys, if it was inspired by something above mankind, like something divine, something that was more than human, and that's God. And there's things that are talked about in the scripture. There's things like prophecy, which prophecy is about predicting the future. There's prophecies in the Bible that happened hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years that are predicted about things that will happen in the future that actually came true. And
that doesn't happen on accident.
No, you can't find that anywhere else. The Bible, there's something divine about it. So when you begin to trust your life with the truths that are based in Scripture, you're really allowing your life to be inspired by God. So it's not just His Word that's inspired, but your life can be inspired by God's Word.
Yeah.
Man, that's deep stuff. Final reason, and the reason that, at least personally, means so much to me, what I love about the Bible, is that it is unchanging truth. So Adam talked a bit last week about how we know it's true and how it was recorded and copied and preserved so that we know the words that we read today are the words that God inspired those authors to write way back in the day. But I think today, just look around our world, having truth that doesn't change is so rare, so valuable. Like just look around wherever you're finding truth or people saying, this is what's cool, this is what's right, this is what's good or bad. Like that's gonna be different next week.
Yeah, constantly.
It's just constantly changing, and what is okay is suddenly not okay. And it's, if you're trying to build your life on that, it's impossible. It'd be like driving around with a GPS that's just always like, no, take a left now. No, go back the way you came. Now fly. Like you're just, okay, it's impossible. You're not gonna get anywhere. And the fact that the Bible doesn't change is what makes it so important, what makes it applicable to our lives. And I think we have to address kind of this notion that we all have, and you've probably never really thought about, but if you really think about it, this might be what's in your head, that whatever the newest idea is, whatever the newest truth is, that has to be the most true. Like surely we are the most woke we have ever been, and we're 2,000 years more woke than the last author of the Bible, and next week somebody else is gonna be more woke than we are today, and it's just keeping up with, okay, whatever the newest thing is, that must be the most right. Nay, I say. Let me give you a stupid example that has nothing to do with the Bible. Coca-Cola. Any Coke drinkers, Coke fans out there? They all drink energy drinks and they're just trying to make their hearts explode. But Coca-Cola, little story from not so ancient history. Coke was the same forever. Like decades and decades, it was just this wonderful sweet soda beverage. And then in 1985, Coke made a huge mistake. Okay, because Pepsi had come on the scene. I don't have a Pepsi, imagine a Pepsi. And some people were drinking Pepsi, some people were drinking Coke, and Coke kind of freaked out, like, we have this old formula and we gotta get with the times, so let's release new Coke. And they made this huge marketing campaign, ads all over the world, new Coke is coming, and everyone's like, yay, we can't wait for new Coke. And then new Coke came out and people's heads exploded. It was terrible. Everyone hated new Coke. And so Coke freaked out as well because everyone's like, we hate you, and they're gonna like burn down the building. And so Coke real quickly, like 3 months after New Coke came out, New Coke was gone. And they had released what they called Coca-Cola Classic. So if you've ever seen a can that said Coca-Cola Classic, you probably never thought like, classic, that's weird. The Classic was added in 1985, and it was essentially Coca-Cola, we're so sorry, please keep buying our old product. New Coke, the newest idea, the most woke Coke, was wrong. Very, very wrong. And they quickly went back to what was working, what had always been. The Bible doesn't get changed. There's not a, hey, coming soon, the new Bible. Like, this is the truth and it's not changing. And as everything else changes, having something to come back to is something you can actually build your life on. You can't apply something that's going to be different next week. It's impossible.
Yep.
And it's the truth that is unchanging, but has also stood the test of time. Through all the different seasons of history, all the different criticism, it stood the test of time. And people who build their life on this, they know what their future is, and they have lives that they have confidence in that God is living through them. It's amazing.
Yep, and the only way that you can decide whether or not you really believe it is to try it.
Yeah.
Try building your life on it. And I think that you'll find that it will hold up. So what are the 3 things, again, we want you guys to remember? Adam, you started with?
There's a roadmap to a life that doesn't suck.
And then I talked about it is inspired by God, and it can inspire your life.
And it is unchanging truth. It's going to be the same no matter what is going on in the world around you.
Totally. It's a great time to have some conversation with our coaches, kind of dig in a little further, and we will see you again next week as we wrap this series together all about the Bible.